All righty, good afternoon, everybody. I call this meeting to order on this Tuesday, October the 28th, 2025 at 5 p.m. at 570 Camino Lito Galindo, Rio Rico, Arizona. May we please stand for the pledge? Mr. Ramirez, can you?
Pleasure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Moving on, roll call, Ms. Alma de la Riva.
Present.
Mr. Ben Guerrero.
Present.
Mr. Rene Ramirez.
Present.
Mr. Brad Beach.
Present.
And me, Lourdes Vasquez. We have a quorum, okay? Next, business, adoption of the agenda.
Only one recommended change is when we get to the executive session, rather than move to 125, we'll move the executive session in the board room.
Okay, any questions? Does anybody have any?
Yes, the items that we're gonna have a meeting for on Thursday, are they?
That would be on a different item.
Okay, so we're not, anything,
No.
they're not on.
No, it's not on the agenda.
It's not on the agenda.
All right.
This is different. This is just a consent agenda.
Okey-dokey.
Okay, any questions? Nothing else?
No.
Okay, so then the consent agenda is approved.
No.
Motion?
To approve.
Okay,
Not
here I go, here I go. Motion to approve the agenda as presented. Anybody?
So moved.
Second, okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Ayes have it, motion passes, thank you. Call to the public? No call to the public, all righty, hold on, let's see, moving on. Moving on, presentations, these are from the art students recognition, Mr.
Thank you. This is our continuation of recognition of our art students that participated in the county fair, as well as just art in general. So I'd like to ask the principals, Mr. Dria, Mr. Chavez, and Mr. Lopez to come up. I don't know what order they have chosen. I think Ms. Renteria can go first. Thank you.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I am especially honored this evening to speak about one of our students. Although this student is new to us this year, in his 5th year, he has absolutely embraced being a cheetah. And just as art makes the world a brighter place, the Pacheco family makes San Cayetano a brighter place. And so, Sebastian, if you can come on up. Thank you. Sebastian has just, honestly, he puts a smile on my face every time I see him. His mom is also our school secretary, and his twin brother is also in 5th grade. So creative, always has something to show me that he's created. I'm blown away. He crochets. There's so many things he's constantly inventing, and it's just absolutely incredible to see what a beautiful mind he has. And we are really, really lucky to have them here. So I'm going to share with you. So he was best of show. Yep, we're extremely proud of him.
Can you bring it up a little?
Yeah. What grade are you in? 5th grade.
How long did that take you?
Almost 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, sweetie. That is
Beautiful.
beautiful. It's beautiful. They seem, it's cool. Alma, would you like to ask a question?
Well, you want to get all of them together or should we do all of them or go individually?
It's up to you.
What do you want?
Okay, whatever you guys
We
want.
can do individual.
Individual, all right, Mrs. De La Riva.
I just want to say congratulations. That's awesome work. That's a lot of imagination there with the colors. So it's very creative and we're proud of you. Congratulations. You deserve to be recognized.
Mr. Guerrero?
Yeah, nothing, just other than congratulations. It's pretty awesome. Like the colors. I like the little glittery effect on it. It's pretty cool. Makes it really stand out. So good job.
Yep.
Mr. Dale, you stole my thunder. I was gonna tell him I like the colors too.
I know, yeah.
But great job and thank you for representing your school and our community. We appreciate it very much. A lot of hard work. I'm sure it was, so
Thank you.
Mr. Beach.
Yeah, congratulations. I think Mimi said it. Got a beautiful mind and sort of an imagination because I don't know if that's a cheetah or with
Yeah.
flowers and yeah, just a cool looking picture right there. In 2 weeks to make, huh?
That
A
is-
lot of hard work and dedication. Good job to you and your art teacher.
Yeah. Yeah, same here, Sebastian Pacheco, right? Amazing. You did really, really good. I mean, if you know how to do all the other stuff, oh my God. Congratulations to your mom for teaching you all that, because has your mom taught you how to crochet and how to do all these other things? Taught you, sorry, never mind. Just kidding. Taught you, your dad has taught you? It's funny because my dad taught me how to embroider, okay, so I get it, Yeah, so, but your dad taught you how to crochet and all that stuff? Who did?
I just learned by myself.
Really? Well, more power to you, mijito. That is very, very beautiful. It's very, very, you have a really, really vivid imagination. Okay, congratulations, Sebastian. Thank you so much for being part of our district and for being our new cheetah. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
We had enough.
Oh, now you can't see him.
Next, Mr. Chavez.
Mr. Chavez. Mhm.
Good afternoon. Madam President, members of the board, thank you guys for having us here. My person is not here today. Unfortunately, her mom had a and that she's keeping for a while, so she wasn't, gonna be able to make it. But Mia is our 7th grader that received Best of Show for her piece of art, and you can see it up here in the on the
Oh,
on the screen. That is a graphic design that she created. The original art piece got kind of damaged. I'm not sure if you guys heard, but there were some rains at the county fair right after the so there's a few pieces of it of the original artwork that were damaged.
damage.
Just the water spots and things like that. So this is the shot that we have of that. This is the original one. So with Mia, she's always done fantastic art. Very, very much into working with Miss Hughes, and she was working with Miss Andrade, who was here. And then she got to Miss Hughes, and she's just been soaring. So this piece of art was up in our front office, but like I said, it was just a few parts of it that were kind of damaged, because of the rain. So unfortunately that happened, but I just wanted to recognize her publicly for her work that she did. We are very, very proud of her. And so, yeah, I just wanted to recognize 7th grader about this.
Thanks, Mr. Chavez.
Thank you, Mr. Chavez. Thank you. Congratulations.
Lopez, Rio Rico High School.
Madam President, members of the board, I can tell you how proud I am of our students who are gonna be recognized in their work, and I feel it's important for Mr. Grijalva, who is their mentor, who worked with them day in, day out. And I think the perfect segue to introducing these 3 individuals is towards the end of the day today. I was in a phone call actually with Dr. Lunderville, and I said, I need to step out. There's a gentleman outside my office. And I stepped out, and this gentleman had seen one of our students' art pieces at the gallery. And he was there because he wanted to purchase the art piece. I'm not sure which one, but there is so much quality work, passion, and inspiration that comes through our students in the art program. So there's 3 students who we're gonna be recognizing tonight. We have 3 individuals who have very distinct honors. One of them, we're very, very proud because some of them are local, some of them are at the state level. So I have Yael, Christian, and Emily today. And I'd like to have Mr. Grijalva really speak to about each of them. And then we have a cool unveiling that we'll do today with one of their art pieces. So, Mr. Grijalva.
Hello, and thank you, members of the board, for appreciating my work, talent. The first student that I want to mention has shown tremendous dedication in all the courses. He assisted 1 year already. And that's graphic design, fashion design, vehicle design, product design, and architectural design. But one of his main focuses that I started seeing over time was vehicles. And so I decided to really focus on sharing every detail that I could of every skill, every technique on vehicle design. So I'd like to congratulate Yael. Shine.
Didn't have a car like that in high school.
He does.
Datsun B210.
And this piece won first place at the Sorrento County Fair.
Wow.
Nice.
It says your best.
Do you guys wanna have three students and then you wanna have ask questions or individually?
Do all three first.
Coming over here. We'll stand and then be ready for them.
The second student, who has painted murals, has been involved in every project this year. Was involved in the mural that we painted at the county superintendent's office, behind the county superintendent's office. The mural was used as the flyer for the event that will be taking place November 1st. She has shown tremendous dedication to realism. She really likes focusing on portraits. And what's very interesting about this portrait is, like Frida Kahlo, she paints herself. You can see her rendition of herself in the characters that she paints. Emily Ramirez. Interesting. And you'll be able to see the images.
So Mr. Chavez and I, as you know, we are the co-chairs for the conference. And her artwork is gonna be all over the place. So this is an apron that will be given to some of the board members. It was put on aprons, it'll be in tortilla warmers, it'll be centerpieces. All right, now you can.
Amazing.
That is beautiful.
That is beautiful.
When she painted,
John, that is amazing.
when she worked on this piece for the ACLS art contest, I just knew she was gonna win.
Zealous. So is-
And the third student has shown innovative strategies in creativity beyond expectation. The student was new to the school, new to the system, came in and just wanted to learn, and has proven that the student wants to devote and pursue art as a career. Christian, come on up. Christian Padillas-Berg. And as we were preparing the artwork for the Sonora County Fair, well, I would like to recycle something that I paint on that's out there, and I use a stool. I said, sure. So he got innovative with it.
Nice, nice. Love it.
Oh, that is. I like the sunflowers.
So that was the theme.
That was a theme? Okay, I was say that the sunflowers they're on all of their things, but that was a theme. That's what she's saying.
Yeah.
That is beautifully done.
So step up to the mic, guys. So here they are. If you guys have any questions.
Okay, any questions? Ms. De La Riva?
No questions, just to, to me, it's just mind blowing to see so much talent in our students. Congratulations to all three of you for for this wonderful work that you are presenting to us today. Congratulations to your parents as well, and congratulations to your teacher who is able to recognize your talent and help you through with your project. Continue your work, and I'm so very proud of you. And I'm sure your parents are as well. Congratulations to them too.
Thank you. Mr. Toledo?
It's just amazing work. I agree with everything she said. A lot of talent. Yeah, just, you know, I love vehicles, so that's pretty cool. I mean, the
Definitely.
detail that goes in that is great. You know, Emily, I just came back from Guadalajara. I saw a lot of paintings like that, a lot of murals and stuff like that. So it's just pretty amazing stuff, and that your stuff's gonna be all over the place. You know, that's pretty cool. And the idea of using a stool to, you know, express your art is pretty amazing. So no, congratulations to all three of you. You guys did amazing work.
Yes, thank you. Mr. Ramirez?
What's the same thing? I think the detail is really something else, and as Mr. La Riva said, she said it well, it's mind blowing, it really is. And you can feel the passion that you have for what you do. And I found it interesting, Mr. Grijalva said about how you have that quality like Frida Kahlo. Frida Kahlo. Yeah, because, you know, you can see that in your piece. But they're all really spectacular. And you guys have done a great job, and the teachers have, and I love that the admin is so supportive. And the parents and community just to come out tonight, you know, recognize us, it's great. It's really, we just live in such a great community. Wow, we're really starting to see a lot of really interesting art here in the governing boardroom. A lot of nice prizes, a lot of hardware that they're winning. So hats off to all three of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Beach.
Yeah, I find it sort of amazing because I'm a dad. I have three kids. They have different personalities, forms of expression. So when I look at Mr. Grijalva, he teaches you pretty much the same techniques and stuff. But I look at these paintings and they're a reflection of your expression of what you're thinking. And so it's sort of amazing that each one of you are taught by the same teacher. You guys have different forms of expression. And I was down in Mexico City. I did go to Casa Azul and saw Frida Kahlo's work. And yeah, it's amazing what she drew and the reflection that she drew of herself in her paintings. A lot of pain, a lot of anxiety, a lot of just really in-depth stuff down there. As an expression of yourself, continue doing it. And I don't know which painting the individual wanted to buy, but artwork is very lucrative. You can sell your paintings.
Yes.
Great job to all of you guys, and I love your forms of expression.
Yeah.
You know, comes out in.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, what else can I say? Everybody said everything. It's spectacular. It's mind blowing. It's so amazing, you know, the work that you guys are doing, especially at the age that you are in, you know, just, you know, to see some of the work. And congratulations, Mr. Grijalva, you know, for, like he said, you know, bringing their talents out and expressing it, you know, in the vivid way that they're doing it, because these are, I mean, they're amazing. I mean, you think that it's a snapshot, you know, not a painting, not something that somebody had to do and take, you know, a lot of time doing it. It's just, wow. Can you imagine, you know, you guys are right now, you know, the age that you are when you become seniors or out of high school, what is going to be, you know, created by your, you know, by your talent. It's just, you know, congratulations. It's mind blowing. It really is. And congratulations to all the parents for supporting your children and for, you know, allowing them to really express themselves, you know, but thank you. Thank you very much. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Thank you so much.
A group picture with all the artists and principals.
And Mr. Redondo.
If I may, real quick, while they get ready for the picture, in the ASIALAS conference, they annually do a art contest. They do 4 books by grade level, and they do a total of 4. 3 of the 4 ASIALAS art winners are from our.
From our district, yay!
The testament from the.
Oh,
Talent.
that is a lot of talent. I mean,
Maybe official. There you go.
Big smiles, 1, 2, 3. Sometimes.
Drop it. I said, but he came out this way.
Thank you.
All right. Whoa, good job. Oh, wow, just, híjole, how do you top that, huh? It's like, wow.
Usually not gonna stop that.
I know, I know. All righty, moving on, should they leave?
Yeah,
The parents and.
to leave at this time, you go ahead and
Thank
exit,
you.
Unless you want
Thank you.
to join the rest of the board. That'll be the time to exit if you'd like to.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for.
Thank you very much, everybody, for coming, supporting our students, our district.
Thank you.
Send out the room.
Who?
Send out the room.
Oh, yeah. That's so great that so many parents come, and so many family members. It's just tell that they're really supportive. Giving him a So we continue. All righty. Safety and security updates, Mr. Verdugo.
Thank you. I'd like to turn it over to Bill Underbill and Mr. Thompson, who will be presenting a safety and security update.
Okay.
Good evening, Madam President, members of the board. I actually am going to turn the time over to Mr. Thompson. We've prepared a public presentation on information that we can share regarding safety and security measures in our district. And then later on in the agenda, we have an executive session to talk specifically about emergency operation plans. But I'll go ahead and turn the time over to Mr. Thompson.
Good afternoon, everybody. Robert Thompson, Safety and Security Coordinator, Blue Valley School District.
Buenas tardes.
All right, so Arizona Department of Education has made a couple of changes that will take effect school year 25, 26, I'm sorry. So all these changes that we're putting up to speed right now and using at our sites are mandatory for next year. So we're taking advantage of this year so we can look at them, modify us, or address any concerns we may raise with the Department of Education. So this is why we're bringing all this in front of everybody. So the main three things are our fire drills, our lockdown drills, and our shelter in places. Fire drills, of course, every school must perform at least one monthly fire drill, with the exception of the first one. The first one we have to do within the first 10 days. So this year we did it. We were successful in doing those within the first 10 days. Those are mandatory by the 2018 fire code. However, we believe that come 2026, the fire code will change and be adapted to the 2024 code that's currently being reviewed right now by the state. So fire districts and just about everybody around us will be also doing the same thing. How will it affect us? We won't know yet. I don't think it will make things stricter. Definitely will not make things easier, or I shouldn't say easier, but less enforceable by us. So with that said, any questions on the fire drills right now? We're moving ahead. We're rocking and rolling. We're up to speed on everything. So we're doing good. We're doing great right now.
Anybody have any questions?
I have no questions. No questions.
Incident command, the incident command system, or ICS, is a standardized approach to the command, control, and coordination of emergency response, providing a common hierarchy within which responders from multiple agencies can be effective. Basically, what this means is we have structure. Typically, our incident commanders are site administrators, the principal, assistant, so forth. And it all gets spreads down to, hey, you're responsible for this thing that you need to do. You're responsible for this other thing, to all in there. And the structure is good for law enforcement and also fire and medical personnel. We speak the language now. We all must go through this. We've all gone through this for this year, so we're ahead of the requirements that the state's asking us. So within time, if one of our public safety entities that work with us has the ability or wants to, and this is an invitation out in open saying, hey, we want to try something at one of your sites, we're ready for them. We're ready to rock and roll with them. We're ready to enjoy it. We're ready to do all these things and have a good time. Plus, pick up our oops and fix those for the future. Of course, this is a requirement for the Arizona Department of Education. It's once every, and I could be wrong, I think it's once every X amount of years, we'll say 5 years, but I think every year we should all go ahead and do so and get that review. We just never know when things will change. Lockdown drills and events. So our lockdown drills went from just 1 per year to 3. Those 3, we have already done the first one this year. We all did it successfully. The difference between the drill is that the drill, we have to do 3 regardless. If we actually have a tree event or an emergency that we classify as a lockdown, that does not count towards the drill, right? So we still have to have 3. And I'm being honest about this. I hope we never have to actually do a lockdown. However, last year we did have one, late May or mid-May we had it, and it was successful as well. So we're in the process. We got the foundation. We're moving forward. What we need to do is just practice a little bit more on this. So yeah, so if we do have an actual emergency event classified as a lockdown, that does not count towards the 3 drills that we have. So we'll go ahead and do so, move forward with those as well. Shelter in places, this one does either or. So if we do have an actual shelter in place event, I don't want to call it an emergency, but an event, or we do actually have a drill, they both mesh and it could be one of the 2, right? This year we've had quite a few. We've had some really cool, I think the weather was really nice. We had some storms and we exercised our drills. All sites were able to do so with lightning, rain, or what have you. So we're 100% done with these. So that's awesome for us to say out loud. Bus evacuations. So the state of Arizona Department of Public Safety is asking all school sites to have at least 2 bus evacuations. The rules behind all that is only the kids that typically use the bus to or from should practice those evacuations. What's easier for us is we get everybody in there because we never know. We might have to evacuate kids from a site or a field trip or what have you. And there happens to be, I don't know, a small crash with a bus. The bus evacuation is to show the kids how to evacuate the bus. It's not so much how to evacuate the campus or anything like that. It's how to step off the bus without them being hurt. DPS and one of our school neighborhood school districts was able to create a video. There's a link up there if you guys are interested in viewing it. It's pretty neat. It allows us to allow the kids, some students, to use our radio, how to use it, how to call for help, and all this other stuff that kids are getting really, really excited about. We've already done all sites, have been able to do that so far. We just got 1 more. We got another 7 months before those. So we're moving forward on this as well. What we do need to do is every time we do a bus evacuation, we need to notify DPS within 14 days in advance. It's a whole new form. Everything has to be done. We're right in place with that. We're doing good. And it's enjoyable for us to say the kids had a really good, fun time because we want them to enjoy it as a fun time versus a critical or emergency thing. They learn in fun. We all know that. Raptor Alert. We talked about Raptor Alert last year. Right now, Raptor Alert system is a software or an app that we use to trigger all of our events, all of our drills or emergencies. Per campus, we have registered, I'm going to say a high 90% of all of our staff with their phone numbers or email addresses. Things change. So sometimes somebody changes their phone number. Second time we have, or in the future, we have another Raptor Alert. We get the notice saying, I didn't get the alert. Did you change your number? Yeah. Okay, cool. And we change it. So every time we have an alert, we have a drill or an emergency at a site, Raptor Alert gets triggered either by me or site administrators. Everybody gets notified. They get a nice little clip saying, hey, this is a drill reference to fire evacuation, a fire drill. They know it's a drill. They know how to respond to a drill. Hey, this really is a shelter in place. They know how to activate shelter in place, how to stay indoors, how to keep the kids inside and everything. Hey, this is actually a lockdown, whether it's a drill and emergency. So everybody gets the alert, which is pretty neat, either through email and or text message. So anybody with a phone, part of our staff, will receive that immediately. It takes a second or two to get that alert. So it's pretty neat to see that. If the application is being used by staff, which they're entitled to do so, if they opt to do so, they can also text and send us information as to what they're seeing happening. We also send that information out. Currently this year, we have Santa Cruz County Sheriff's Office involved in that as well. And we have the County Emergency Manager's Office, or Emergency Management Office, who also receives the messages, and we share information with each other to make sure that it still works. So Raptor has taken a big step to where it needs to be, and we're going to look at other stuff that it also allows us to do, and we'll go ahead and bring that up to speed as well. MutualLink. I think this is one of the coolest things out there on the face of the earth. With my background, we couldn't have entities, public safety, talk to each other. I say, Mr. Guerrero said, yep, you're right. Really difficult to have radio function. This itself allows us to do one of two things when it comes to us. When we have an actual event, MutualLink gets triggered automatically through Raptor, right? That turns on your app on your phone, and that goes to administrators. And then they get the alert saying, hey, this is happening. At that same token, that alert goes down to the 911 centers we have here in Santa Cruz County Sheriff's Office, or Nogales Police Department. They get the alert, they start listening to us. We hit that button on our phone, they can hear us. We can text each other. They can call us and say, are you guys okay? What do you need? Furthermore, once we get the last component of the radio capability, we can use our actual handheld radios that we have throughout all the schools, plug it in, and now it's no longer just the phone, but it's also a radio. So we'll be able to talk to each other, and we're connected, interoperable with public safety and our 911 or PSAPs, as we call them, our public safety access points, which are 911 centers. We'll be able to talk to each other, show them what's happening. Furthermore, in MutualLink, if we have an issue happening, I'll use the district office at this point. If we have an issue happening here at the district office, maps come up, shows us where everything's at. Furthermore, you click on the camera icon, and we'll get to those in a little bit as well. You click the camera icon turns on your phone, and you can see exactly what's happening. We can also hear what's happening, and we can share that information to the people within our MutualLink's, I guess, hierarchy or bracket, right? MutualLink is nationwide. I mean, it's all over the place. So if we happen to have a new issue from another area, we can get that information as well, and we can see what's happening as well.
I have a question. Does that will that service be on every person that has a cell phone in the district? Will they be getting the same thing, or is it just the people that are in charge?
That's a good question. Yes, it's just for the people who are in charge. For the district office, it'll be the superintendent, assistant superintendent, myself. Us three get all the campuses. We get them all. Every campus, their principal and or assistant principal get that as well. So yeah, it's basically part of the incident command structure. So those who need to decide and make those decisions and determine what needs to happen are able to communicate with the people that we need help from. So yeah.
Thank you for clarifying.
And that just got renewed for an additional 5 years by the state of Arizona. So we're comfortable for another 5 years. And we went 100% live April 3rd of this year, finally. So we were able to get that rocket and rolling. Any other questions on MutualLink?
Yeah, I have some questions. I can wait till you.
I'll wait till you're.
I'm sure. So yeah, so this is just for our site administrators that are at campus. Camera system. Currently, our camera system is up to speed on 137. One went bad. We got it to work. I replaced it, and then I utilized that camera at another location. It's working great right now. Currently, we have an additional 18 cameras that I'm working on to install. We just need some hardware, some wiring, stuff like that. We'll get in immediately or soon, I should say. So we can deploy those to sites that have already been identified, and we're even exploring other needs at other sites. So that 18 number may increase, will increase more than say. Every site has a team or an individual that is currently monitoring all of our camera systems. And I'm gonna pick on the high school, Mr. Lopez. He's got big TV, couple monitors, and we've been rotating security team members every so often, and they're behind there listening to the radio, monitoring cameras. They see something, they maybe say, hey, this is happening here, or hey, we need a student, whomever left from this location, boom, they can go on the camera, they can utilize that, and they can review that. So we have that set in place at the high school, and at the other sites, the security team members jump on there immediately as well. Not so much on their phone, because our services kind of are, you know, on cell phones. However, they do have their laptops and or desktop where they do that, and they monitor cameras and all that stuff. So that's what we've done on cameras at this point. One thing that I did do was trigger audio as well, so we can see and hear things now. It didn't change our database as much, but it's helping us. So now we can hear things of what's happening as well. Access control, so far now, all staff members, we all carry our ID cards, right? Students carry their ID cards as well. Our ID cards currently have access to our access control application, meaning front lobbies, certain areas, you just scan on it and you'll be able to open it if you don't have your key. On the same token, this app control system, if you carry it on your phone, it's great. In case you didn't have your ID card, you can use your phone to open things. Those locks that are equipped with this app. One thing that app allows us to do, and this is for site administrators, is you have to go into a lockdown. You no longer have to run to the front door and leave the key. You just hit a button on your phone, that door gets locked. When it's over, you hit the button, that door gets locked. So I think we're gonna be working on. There's still a couple glitches, of course, but we're gonna get to those soon. But right now, all that system is working and we're ready to go, and we're ready to rock and roll with that as well. So we're moving forward on things that we've been talking about and we've been utilizing. We're, you know, beyond that at this point. We're moving forward with all that. Conclusion, us at the Santa Cruz Valley Unified School District 35 have looked into the future and applied as much of those changes during the school year. We're almost a year ahead of schedule. We're using everything that we're gonna use a year in advance now. We're gonna get there. We want to continue to refine our operations, policies, guidelines, and everything because of the changes that came to play by ADE, which is why we're utilizing this school year to apply any changes to that. And as always, my little thing at the bottom there is we should take advantage of, we should take advantage of the school year and look at the future, apply anything, modify ourselves to it, or bring it up to AD and say, hey, this really didn't work with us. Is there subject to change? So taking advantage of the school year, we have to, so we can be ahead of time when the state says, look guys, this is what happens now. We're there. We got a whole year where we played with everything and got everything going. That's all I have on my end. Dr. Rivera?
If the board has any questions?
Alma, do you have any questions?
No, I don't have any questions at this time. This is actually all new to me, but I'm very happy with it, especially that Raptor and that mutual link. It makes me feel so much at ease, so much more comfortable to know that we have this. So I'm very happy. I'm happy with it. Thank you. Thank you for your opinion.
Ben?
Yeah, no questions. I appreciate you taking care of this stuff. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, a lot of coordination with outside agencies and stuff like that. Mutual Link is great. Raptor sounds like it's good stuff too. So it's all good stuff that's gonna help get the job done for those people that need to get it done if something does happen. So we appreciate your effort.
Thank you. Mr. Ramirez?
Yeah, again, back to the fire drills. Do we
Sure.
still hold kids financially responsible if they do a false one?
Ms. Ramirez, yes, we have not had a situation where a general education student has pulled a fire alarm in a number of years. We have had some students with disabilities in self-contained rooms pull theirs, and Mr. Thompson helped us to get a special cover that can go over those. We have had students, but it has been a number of years that it's still in our discipline matrix that a false. We've also had students fake call in false bomb threats and things like that in the past, and we have held them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cause I remember we had
It's been a
that,
number of years though, I would say a good.
I had that when I was at CMS.
Yeah.
I remember that
I do.
clearly, and I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
Because it really was a deterrent.
Yeah, I cannot off the top of my head remember the matrix number in the discipline.
That's
law,
okay.
But
That's fine.
it does exist, yes.
So what about practicing accounting for substitutes when subs are at our schools? Do you guys do that? You practice the accounting for, with a Raptor for subs? You know, like they account for the sub, they account for their class. You guys do that too?
You want me to answer that? This year, you may recall we hired someone who's in charge of helping to train our substitute PLA office. And I know that is one of the topics that we've had substitutes concerned about. One, that they couldn't lock the door from the outside. There were a number of issues. I'd have to get back to you, Ms. Ramirez, on the type of training that they're providing for that, unless, I don't know, I don't think Meg would have that with her, but I can follow up and let you know specifically what type of training that they received, but I do know that it was a topic that was brought up.
I know, I'm just asking because I know I've had to do that. So that's why I asked about it. What else do we have? The cameras, are they really good at zooming in?
Depends on the camera. Currently, I have a handful of cameras that gives me the 3 box area that we can zoom. Those are being utilized right now, or actually I'm looking at to see where we can utilize them and swap them out. But yes, the current 20 that we bought have a little bit more of a zoom factor on there. So things are, as technology booms, we want to incorporate those as well. So we do have I shouldn't say liability, but we do have the ability to zoom. But like technology, the more you zoom, the less pixelation and things get net.
That's what I was gonna ask you, because that's always been a challenge. It seems to me, I saw those cameras work once, and it's always a challenge to be able to identify people the more you try to zoom in, because it becomes blurrier and blurrier.
The good thing about the software that we have is if we do identify an individual wearing pink over blue, I can scan those throughout the district saying I'm looking for an individual wearing pink over blue, and it triggers anybody wearing pink over blue.
The cards do they?
Sorry?
The cards help out too? Like, can you just zoom in on a card and? You know, because you're talking about the IDs, I meant to say.
So yeah, so there's a lot of things the software allows us to do on the cameras. But yeah, we kind of sort of used it not too long ago. We were able to identify things based on clothing. So we're learning more as we utilize the equipment.
The last thing is mostly a comment, which is that I want to thank Mr. Verdugo and Dr. Lunderville for responding to, this was years ago when I had mentioned all the alarms that we had, all the, lockdowns, and they became there was such a rash of them in Santa Cruz County. I don't know if you remember. And, sometimes when you write a letter, you wonder just how many people really read it or whether they care. And I threw it out there because I had done some research, as you recall, on lockdowns and false alarms and that kind of stuff, So I thought maybe people had read it, maybe they didn't, but apparently they did, because you guys responded. And I really like the system that we have right now, because it's cut down on a lot of this uproar with the community. Because let's face it, our community they were terrified many times, and we were setting other things in motions, like endangering our parents, rushing down the highway, because of course, we live in this world where we have these school shootings, and parents always, the first thing they think is, they don't want their kid to be in that school. And so we're really setting off alarmism. And so I just wanted to credit your admin, because I think that our policy is very unique. And it comes down to the credibility. And I think it's helped out a lot in cutting down on terrorizing our parents, you know, and so I just wanted to give you, you know, hats off to our kudos for all that you guys have done, because I think that's really important. And I don't want to ever see us, that's what I was gonna tell you, I don't want to ever see us return to that kind of thing. I appreciate what you said, that we have to have 3 drills. It's probably state law, so if I'm right.
Yes.
And so we have to have them, and I found it interesting that you said that even if we have a false one, it doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Yeah. That's too bad, but I'm happy right now that we don't have that like we did before, because even after I wrote that letter, there was a 7th incident, not here, thank God, but and it just kept going on, and so thank God that we don't allow a kid with a marker to, you know, turn our town upside down anymore because of the credibility issue. So I hope that we just keep going full steam in that direction. Although I appreciate that we have to have these drills in the event of a true emergency. But thank you. Thank you for your presentation.
Mr. Beach,
I have nothing.
you have nothing?
No, it's been answered. So.
Well, yeah, me too. A lot of things are answered. Thank you very much for the presentation. It was very educational, okay? And it's an eye opener to know that we are doing so well and that our kids are truly, you know, safe, and our teachers and, you know, administrators and everybody that is on campus, that they're, you know, that everybody can feel that they're safe and they're protected, and that somebody's watching out for them. So thank you very much for your presentation. I really appreciate it. Thank you. The next thing is grants update, Mr. Verdugo.
Thank you. I'd like to invite Ms. Padilla, who will start us off this evening.
Here she comes from the tender loving administration. TLA.
Right. All right. Good evening, Madam President and members of the board. I'm Meg Padilla, the TLA Director. And I know also part of this presentation this evening will be Carolina Duran, our Grants Coordinator. Also Jimmy Navarro, our CTE Director, and Dr. Melissa Lunderville, as you know, our Assistant Superintendent. And Carolina works on helping with the budgets when it comes to all of our grants in our school district. Dr. Lunderville, Mr. Navarro, and I, we are directors of certain grants. And so we're here to let you know how we're using that grant funding to support our educational programs. So we'll kind of take turns on grants that we direct and oversee. I'm going to start off with Carolina. I know we have our first slide. Maybe. Okay, there we go.
Hello, everyone. My name is Carolina Duran. I'm the grants coordinator. And tonight I'll briefly mention the grants available for fiscal year 25-26. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And then after I'm done, Megan will give a brief description of each of the grants, and also she will explain the purpose of each grant and will explain how we have allocated our funds. So first, to begin, it's ESEA Consolidated, which is Title I, Title II, Title IV, and RLIS. And then we have a Fund 190, that's Title III. We have 21st Century used by the high school. Then we have IDEA. It's conformed by 220 and 226. And then we have Federal Perkins, Fund 260 and Fund 400, CTE State Priority. And we have School Safety, Fund 476. We have 2 county grants, that's robotics and Tecnologicas, and 596 JTA. So I don't know if you have any questions. If not, Megan can continue with the brief description of each of the funds.
Thank you. All right, so now we're going to go into each of those that are on that slide that you just saw. The ESEA Consolidated Grants This is one application that informs how we're going to use our funding for Title I, Title II, Title IV, and Rural and Low Income, the RLIS grant. And how we use that funding needs to support our integrated action plans, our site integrated action plans, which in the next coming months, you're going to hear the school sites, our principals, present on their integrated action plan, so it's all connected. For Title I, we use this funding to support ELA and mathematics. And the goal of Title I is to ensure that all students are meeting challenging academic standards. This page, this first page will show you our total allocation. It's a little over $1 million. And that includes our carryover from fiscal year 25. This first page is just salaries and benefits. A significant amount of money from our Title I grant goes to salaries and benefits of all of these either positions we have in our district, but also some more supplemental like after school tutoring. So I know you guys can all read, but our after school tutors and bus drivers that help with our K-8 after school programming are funded by Title I for ELA and math, tutoring in ELA and math only. We also fund reading and math paraprofessionals, 11 in our K-5 and 3 at our high school. And those 11 in our K-5 support our reading intervention program, which we've done a lot of work at revamping and improving over the last 4 to 5 years. Summer reading program, we have a teacher who helps support any students who don't meet that move on when reading cut score. When they take the 3rd grade AASA test, we do plan to have a teacher who can tutor them in the summer, because if the students show progress after that program, they can get promoted to the 4th grade. So we do fund that through Title I. We also fund summer reading tutors for our high school for this upcoming summer, because when we get to the 21st Century Grant, you'll see it's the 5th year. And so we will be having some summer programming. We have 4 teachers in the grant for the Rio Rico High School, as well as security guards for summer programming. We fund 5 instructional coaches. So each school site has at least 1 instructional coach who's funded by grant money, and that is split funded between Title I, Title II, and Title III. And you'll see that when I get to Title II and III as well. We also fund in the TLA our office specialist. Barb Hahn has that position, and then 2 instructional specialists. They're split funded between Title I and our rural and low income grant. We fund all 5 of our parent liaisons fully, so full-time employee out of Title I, as well as some stipend positions, our back to school coordinator and our McKinney-Vento homeless liaison. So those are just salaries and benefits. And then the non-salaries and benefits, what we're funding out of here is, it includes professional development. We have some conferences for our grants coordinator, as well as a conference for our parent liaisons and our McKinney-Vento coordinator. We also have digital licensing. District-wide, we fund BrainPop, and at our high school, we also fund advanced, like enhanced Google licenses for our teachers. And then also 2 of our school sites do have specific digital licensing. Mountain View funds a program called eSpark. It's supplemental support in ELA and math. And Calabasas will be funding Achieve 3000 this year, which is also support for literacy. So we bring in those types of supplementals to enhance our core instruction with Title I. We also have supplies for that summer reading program. We also fund uniforms, basic needs for students experiencing homelessness, and the back to school blitz supplies. A portion of them come from the grant, and a lot of them are donations. We also do need to have a private school set aside. And so there are 2 private schools in our area who accept our grant funding. And so we do need to provide them funding, and they use that to fund a tutoring service. And those are students who would come to our school district, but they're going to a private school in our area. We also have indirect costs that we have to include in every grant. So you'll see that bulleted in each grant, indirect costs. Those are things like to fund facilities when students are staying after school. Title II, so again, this is another one of those consolidated grants. Title II is focusing on improving teacher and principal quality through professional development. And so again, you'll see for salaries and benefits, we have the instructional coaches who are also funded through this because they should be helping, right, to improve our instruction on campus. So it's a very appropriate fund for them. We also fund any professional growth credits for grant-funded positions through this fund. We have licensing, which would be that Empower platform that our new teaching development and evaluation system is on. So that's how we're using that platform. And we also, our human resources department uses our school platform to help with recruiting. If you look on our website and somebody's applying for a job, they're using that Power School platform. And then professional development, the qualified evaluator training is included in our grant, as well as the training for administrators so that they understood how to use our new Empower system. Title IV, again, still with our ESEA consolidated grants. Title IV, the essence of it is really to support well-rounded students. So while Title I, we have to really focus on ELA and math improvements, Title IV, it's a little more versatile. So we do need to make sure that we fund 3 areas: healthy students, well-rounded students, and then STEAM/use of technology. So you'll see that in what we're funding. Salaries and benefits. Our elementaries each have a mileage club sponsor and they get a stipend taking the kids out walking and getting some exercise. Our STEAM night, the coordinator is an individual at Rio Rico High School. Her stipend is funded through this Title IV grant. The SHAC stipends, it's the health advisory committee that each school has. That stipend is funded out of here, as well as one of our IT technicians from one of our school sites is funded through here. And then we have various supplies. Our Lego education kits that we have in our STEM lab, that's in our middle school. That's a newer elective. And I want to say this is our 2nd year with the STEM lab. And so providing some Lego kits, the students really enjoy those and learning coding and with robotics with those kits. Also, our STEAM night supplies are funded through the grant, as well as our replenishing some of our Portrait of a Graduate posters. The Rural Low Income Grant, we actually did not qualify last fiscal year, and this fiscal year we did. And so we were a little surprised and very appreciative of getting that funding, because I'm sure you guys know there was drama over the summer with grants. And so when that's happening and then you're told, oh, now you will be getting this grant, it was great news. And so the Rural and Low Income Grant is used to fund 2 TLA instructional specialists, and those 2 positions are also split with Title I. That helps, that's one of our instructional specialists who focuses on curriculum, high quality curriculum adoption and implementation. And then our other instructional specialist who focuses on technology, effective use of technology teaching. So those were the 4 grants that are part of that ESEA consolidated. We complete 1 application. Our principals are completing their integrated action plan. We submit that to the state, and those grants should fund those integrated action plans. Title III is not considered part of these consolidated grants, but we still do need to make sure, as of right now, that we are setting, action plans and supporting our English learners through our integrated action plans. So Title III is intended to supplement the education that we're providing to our English learners and to improve English language development. So for salaries and benefits, we have our instructional coaches for our school sites. As I mentioned, they're split funded between Title I and III. So our instructional coaches do a lot of support in helping teachers, make sure and understand how do we support our English learners in classes. Also, we fund substitute pay for substitutes who are covering our teachers who are attending a grant-funded conference. And so in professional development, you'll see we're sending 4 of our English language development teachers to attend the TESOL, the Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages conference, typically in March. And so we pay for those substitutes out of the same grant. And then for supplies, We have instructional supplies for targeted English language development. Each school site prioritizes their needs each year for what supplies they need, and we use that funding to provide that. And it only goes toward the classes that are targeted English language development. And we also provide families, supplies for family engagement. All right, so another grant that we have is at Rio Rico High School is the 21st Century Grant. The high school is in their 5th year with that grant, and so you can see the allocation for this year. And that is used for salaries, benefits, PD, and supplies for the high school after-school program. And then I know that the application for next year it's opening in January. If we end up having any questions about 21st Century, we do have Danny Rodriguez is here, and this is his first year helping to coordinate that grant at Rio Rico. All right, we're gonna get into our grants that support CTEs. You want me to click?
Good evening. As Megan mentioned, we manage the CTE one, and which was the state priority. Okay, I'm gonna start with the state priority. The state priority, we are funding the CTSOs stipends, which are salaries in this year. We incorporated FBLA, which we had it last year, and we have Ms. Nuno also participating with students. And obviously we're providing that funding and that support so they can do that transition to the high school. For the 400, CT priority, we managed to have CT conferences. And this year we're gonna send Mr. Kumar, Mr. Bickerton, and Ms. Hicks to Nashville. So they can see, so Mr. Kumar and the CT team can see the importance of CTE and how can they incorporate that at the high school in all core classes. On the same 400, we're buying supplies for all the CTE program. Perkins, for the Perkins, as you know, we are big supporters of dual enrollment. So we're providing salary stipend for those teachers doing that dual enrollment. This year we have a big purchase for film and TV that we recently approved, and we're just waiting for the equipment to purchase live streaming, podcast, audio, and production for the film and TV. So eventually or soon we're gonna have that equipment so we can broadcast up the plays, everything internally, like with our CTE programs. And finally, with that same big purchase, we're buying engineering, a new AC/DC trainer so they can test their engineering products every time they do that Racing the Sun competition. So it's a new product that we're buying. And then on the 596, as you know, the PMA JTED funding, we use that to cover salaries, to cover any item that it's required for CT to have the best technology, the best equipment in the classrooms, among others.
Good evening, Madam President, members of the board again. The IDEA grant is a consolidated grant, and we use that funding to support all salaries and benefits. That is the only use for those grant funded dollars. School safety is also a grant that we use. It is a competitive grant that we have to apply for every year. This year we are in year 3. We'll have to reapply for those funds next fiscal year, but we use that funding for all of our school counselors. Each site has a counselor funded funds safety grant.
All right, so we went from sort of those large federal grants to a little bit, we have 2 local ones that we really appreciate from the county. The robotics program, which promotes STEM careers in grades 3 through 5, our 3 elementaries are running robotics programs. And then they culminate the year with a competition in May where they bring all the local schools together who've run a robotics program. And then the second local grant through the county is Tecnolochicas, and that is intended to increase the number of middle school groups who are going into technology-related fields and studies. And so you can see the amount for both of those, and then we have that Tecno de Chicas at both Calabasas and Cuauhtemoc. All right, what questions do you have for us?
Oh, any questions, Ms. De La Riva?
No, no questions, just, thank you to all of you for your hard work and dedication in submitting those grants so that we are able to, our students are able to benefit from the funds, received. So just, yeah, thank you for all the hard work and thank you for your presentation, very well.
Okay, Mr.
No questions. Thank you for the presentation. Thank you.
Mr. Ramirez.
Yeah, I just want to say, I think it's really cool. You got that rural and low income grant. I mean,
And we were shocked when we didn't get it, and we were told it was because of the census. But as far as I know, there was not another census between fiscal year 25 and now, but.
yeah, I mean, 160,000, close to 160,000 bucks, nothing to sneeze at, you know. So God bless whoever has to write that grant, and because I'm sure you have to do a lot to, you know, cross all your T's and dot all your I's.
You bet.
A lot that goes into it, I know. So I just wanted to thank you because that's a lot of work to get these grants. So.
Thank you.
And I think Tecno de Chicas is so cool. It encourages the girls to get involved in technologies. That's awesome. And the 21st Century Grant, who's running that at the school right now?
Sure. Rodriguez.
Sorry. And what else? The IDEA grant, does that grow every year? And how does that work with regard to getting bigger for us? What is it?
Okay, the funding is contingent upon, October 1st census data. So the number of special education students that we have, that is, how that, amount is calculated. Our special education population is fairly stable. We run between 400 and 450, I think is an average, an accurate average. And then on top of that, depending upon what level of service they qualify for is how those funds are given out.
The dual enrollment, are we still giving teachers $1,000 or is it more?
You want me to respond?
No, go ahead. That's your.
Okay, yeah, for the CTE, that's a stipend for teachers who teach us dual enrollment. At this moment, we have engineering, culinary arts, along public safety, and then on the other end, which is, we have the math and also the English.
And it's $1,000 then.
Oh, stipend is 500.
Is it really? I always thought it was 1,000.
That 1,000 a month was a one-time payment from the state. It was through an initiative that they had, not through our grants.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Beach.
No, just lots of grants, lots of money, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's like all our programs are funded, it's distributed throughout our district, but yeah, lots of money. I like grant money.
Oh, yeah. That's free.
And Mr. Navarro, with the welding equipment, we got that in?
Yeah, I mean, that came as yeah, correct. That was a donation from the Pima Jayton Foundation that is not considered a grant. That's why it's not presented at this. But if you want to follow up, I can present that documents next week, next board meeting, and I can give you an update. That grant has been, not grant, that donation has been spent, and I have something to follow up with Ms. Brown.
Yeah, can you give a board the update on?
Yeah, we can do that next 2 weeks.
Appreciate it.
That was free. They gave it to us? They donated it to us?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. No, I mean, I'm just, thank you for, the presentation. Very, again, like he says, everybody says, there's a lot of money that we have. For the 21st century, this is the last year, so you will be applying for another, for it again?
For next school year.
For next school year, only the high school or all of the schools are going to apply?
We'll be having a conversation. I'm assuming that many of them are going to be applying, but we need to have a formal conversation about who will be applying.
Oh, so you guys are gonna be applying for that one?
Mr. Rodriguez is excited. That's going to be on his big task, which is assembling a team from the school to
Yeah, because it is a big thing, okay, it's the, plus I think that our students really deserve that and they really need it. And it's something that helps them out a lot because you've got so many, like clubs that you've got at the end, but they're really like, like homework and helping them with their math, with their language arts, with their science, with all of that stuff, and I think that is something that is very, very valuable, for our district, that every school should have it, I think. But
And when some grant money, right, could be uncertain in the future, and so thinking about what can we apply for so that we're trying to
Exactly.
do that. Hopefully 21st century is also reliable in the future.
in the future,
But it's also, my understanding, 21st century be a little more flexible in the content we offer after school. Whereas when we fund a program through Title I.
and it has to be very specific. Yeah, it has to be very specific. I understand all of that, but again, that's why
Coordinated 20.
I coordinated for 12 years. Okay, so yeah, I wrote the grant twice. So anyway, but yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to say that was not something that would be lost, okay, to our students and to our district. So that's fine. But thank you very much for the presentation. Thank you very much for, everything that everybody does. It's, amazing. Thank you. Thank you. All righty, moving on, we have the superintendent report.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Mr. Verdugo.
Yeah, just as to follow up on the grants, as you know, I am on the West Ed board and we had a lot of discussion about grants, with the dismantling of the Department of Education. It's unknown what's going to happen, things such as a 21st century. So we will apply, if it's available, but those are things that are unknown. I want to share with the board that, as we share this presentation, it could be very different a year from now, with what we don't know, with are either consolidated or are. I want to share that in that presentation. Also, in the TLA department, we're starting our quarterly reviews. So we've been at the school sites. I've been able to attend one, the others had other things going, but it was very robust discussion today at the high school with what they're doing with their IEP, and the other sites that also had some good discussion about how they're moving forward with their IEP and what they're doing and what their needs are. So I want to thank Meg again for that. It's been a part of what we do as a district to see what they're doing with their IEPs and how we can support them. Also, we think the board members were able to attend the CTMS site visit. It was Monday. We had a time seeing a lot of the classrooms, seeing what the campus was like. A nice lunch with students, and it's always fun talking to the students, hearing their comments about things, and we had quite a few students that were very shy at the beginning, but then opened up and became very direct and vocal about some things. So
They were
always fun to hear their comments, and I won't share with some of those comments, but it was really cool. It was really fun to hear some of their comments. I want to congratulate all teams that are coming to the conclusion of their season, especially the volleyball team for winning their first region championship in school history. So congratulations to them on that. They clinched it with one game to go, and they're now waiting their final seeding for state playoffs. So congratulations to them. And again, we have flag football in their inaugural season. They're sitting at number 20, and only 16 teams make the playoffs. So still, it's a great showing this first year, but they have 3 games left, so maybe they can make a run into the playoffs and get up to number 16. We also have cross country who'll be hosting the sectionals coming up pretty soon, and then they have the state championships. And we have as they say, the big red machine has a chance. This Wednesday is the sectionals, and then the state after that. And we do have sectionals is great. We want to win the sectionals, but we also really up for one of the big races, which is the state championship. That's our goal. So I know they're working really hard getting ready for that. I also want to thank Mr. Chavez and Mr. Lopez for their continued work on the AZLS conference, which is coming up this weekend. So I know they've been very, very busy on top of their regular jobs, having full-time other jobs. So thank you for all the work doing that. I know that we be recognizing Ms. Vasquez again at that conference for the board member of the year, so which is along with our students tonight that you saw the artwork that they're going to be receiving. So excited about that. I think it's the first Sunday we'll be recognizing Ms. Vasquez. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Ms. De La Riva?
Yes, I'm gonna piggyback on what Mr. Revere was saying about, and congratulating all the teams, the volleyball team, the girls, the flag football. And I also heard the band placed first.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing and invitational at Valley Wells. So congratulations to them as well. And thank you, Mrs. Cabrera, for the warm welcoming at your school site yesterday. And yeah, along with my fellow board members, I enjoyed the walkthrough, the campus, the lunch with the students is the best part of it all. So thank you very much for that.
A lot of fun. Thank you, Mr. Guerrero.
Yeah, nothing to report.
Nothing to report. Thank you, Mr. Ramirez.
Yeah, I want to congratulate you, Madam
Oh,
President.
thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're, for being board member of the year. That's awesome. That's really something else, and you represent our district very well, and also superintendent. And what else I want to say here? Let's see. Oh, with regard to volleyball, yeah, that's something else that, and I wanted to highlight Alexis Bermudez because she was my student before I knew her pretty well. And she's just always been such a great gal, so spirited, you know, and just not a person that blows her horn, you know, but works hard. And came from a good class, very good graduating class. And I've known her not only as my student, but as my colleague. And I got to play ball with her, which I loved, along with Beach and Dago and John. I could play ball with you guys, and it was just so much fun. And I just remember passing a ball and her sinking a shot, and I just laughing on the way back, you know, when I was running back up the court. So, but coming back to her, she's really something else. And I think Mr. Beach can vouch for us, anybody who ever coached, you know, that from the fall, we'd always say this, we go in when it's dark, come out when it's dark, and we never see the light. Yeah, it's just it's a lot of hard work to be a coach. It is. So hats off to her for getting the team, being the first one to win the 4A Gila region for volleyball. That's awesome. I hope you guys will tell her that, because I think she's a real special gal. And I guess the best thing to say to wrap it all up, or I'll steal a phrase from John Fanning, she's a class act.
Thank you, Mr. Beach.
Yes, school visit, thank you, Ms. Cabrera, for having us down there. It was a blast. Students, yeah, they're always fun, because especially junior high, because they're real sporadic. I think as Gael, you guys want to tackle football on campus? No, mister, I'd be the first one to get pancaked. Like,
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Short.
You're real short. I was like, oh man, okay, we'll keep it flag. But some of the comments, you know, I get bits and pieces, and one of them that really hit me hard was when they said, you know, I came from a different district, and I didn't fit in down there. I didn't feel welcome. I felt unsafe. And he said, at this school, I feel very safe. I feel very welcomed. And there's so much to do. There's so many clubs. There's so many sports. And they even not a lot of students give props to teachers, but he said, we love our teachers there on that campus.
Yeah, they did.
And so segueing into the classroom, what I noticed was the teachers were not behind their desks. They were up moving around. And I didn't see one problem. They were all on task, work, very respectful. And that just goes to show you that they know their students. They're walking around. The rules and regs were set in place, and the students knew exactly what to do. And when I saw the two subs, you had Miss Melitza Sainz and the other one next door. And we walked into the classroom, and the students were just well behaved. And I was like, that's because of the teacher that set those rules. And Melitza said, man, this is easy. Yep. So hats off to you and your staff and your amazing students. And thank you for having us down there.
Yeah. Thank you.
And volleyball, yeah. A lot of people don't, they see the volleyball team and wow, they're good girls, but they don't know the backstory. About 2 years ago, Manny Tapia and Minnie Tapia, the Tapia twins, they were like, Mr. Beach, we started a booster club. We want to take them to Phoenix. How do we do it? We want to take them to New Mexico. We want to do this. And they were going year round. I know for the last 2 years, it might have been for the last 3 or 4, but they put in all that off-season work. And because of that, that's where they're at today.
That's why.
Unfortunate and fortunate, because to have a team like that, you almost have to practice year round. When Mr. Verdugo and Ben and us were going to school, parents told us, you got to play 3 or 4 sports. Now you only play baseball. You only do this sport. But, that might be what it takes to get to that level. So best of luck in the state playoffs, and I'm sure we're going to do real well. And last but not least, I read something on Facebook. Law enforcement had an alumni come in, Mr. Navarro, to one of the classrooms. And it's always great to have one of our own students come in to talk to our students. It relates and it makes that connection. And I don't know if she was a DPS officer.
It's Steph Jacobo. She did the Long Public Safety Program, and we started a good relationship with DPS that they started the trooper trainee that they can hire at age 18. So as soon as they graduate from the high school, they can apply, and as long as they pass the test and everything, they get hired. They train them as a trooper trainee, and once they complete the program and they hit 20 and a half, they get shipped down to the academy, and she came back as a trooper trainee now. In Lara, I don't know if you recall her, she did the trooper trainee. And also a former teacher she didn't do the trooper trainee, but that's the relationship we have with DPS. So she was here with the entire team, just presenting and continuing that connection with our actual students.
Well, thank you for bringing her in. Yeah. And I know as an inspiration for our students, and just that one program, that law enforcement, she's pretty much set for life once she gets into DPS, and she's on the right track. Not too many 21-year-olds, 20-year-olds can say that. So that goes to show you about her.
I don't know if they have a wall of fame.
Do they?
I don't know what the number is of now from the law enforcement class. It's the wall's getting full of students that are now in law enforcement.
And Audra is advertising because there's so many students that they're not there. The wall is getting bigger, and Mr. Nicholas is just continuing doing those check marks, things that would have make the program meaningful. So he just continues. Nicholas is doing a great job just continuing what was established before. Then Audra will continue posting, so that would be great.
Right. Hats off to you and your program. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, they all said everything. Okay. Congratulations to the band, to the volleyball, the cross country, flag football, and thank you very much, Ms. Cabrera, for allowing us to visit your campus. It was amazing. We had a really, really good time. Again, everybody was on task. Everybody was, doing what they were supposed to be doing. We got to talk to the kids, and they're just hilarious. It was really, really a lot of fun, just the way they kind of because like Mr. Verdugo said, they came in and they were a little bit, they didn't want to talk, didn't want to say anything. And then afterwards, it's like, they were just all just chitter chatters and stuff. So that was a lot of fun. Okay. I really enjoyed doing all of these. And I think we go on Thursday to Rio Rico High School. So we will be seeing you guys over there too. Another thing is congratulations, Mr. Verdugo. You didn't say anything. He has also the SLS, Superintendent of the Year also that he will be getting recognized. So all of the many, attributes that he has. Okay, that's another one, another feather on your cap. So, thank you very, very much. Okay. Executive session. Do we?
Actually, I would recommend it if possible, the board is okay that we do consent agenda.
Okay.
First.
All righty.
To executive session. Let everybody go home.
Yeah. All right. All righty. Sounds very good. Okay. So the consent agenda. Where is it? Right here. Does anybody have any questions about the consent agenda, Miss? No, Mr. Guerrero? No, Mr. Ramirez?
No, I just want to thank everybody who made the donations.
Oh, the donations. Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Beach?
I have nothing.
Me neither. I don't have anything. I just also thanks to everybody that has donated to us. Okay, so then, does anybody have a motion to approve and accept and ratify the consent agenda as presented?
So moved.
Make the motion.
And-
Yeah, so motion to approve, accept, and ratify the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Ayes have it. Okay, motion passes. Now we go back to the executive session. So we will, do I have to read this first or is it not?
Thank you for
No, not yet. She's, are we, oh, I'm sorry.
So I'd like to make a motion to approve the emergency procedural plans as presented.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Okay. Ayes have it, motion passes. Our emergency plan is set. The next thing is policies, Mr. Verdugo.
Nothing at this time. Thank you.
Alrighty, we have to make a motion. Somebody can make a, no, because there's nothing. Okay, propose and prioritize topics and possible dates and times for future board meetings, Mr. Verdugo.
Thank you. I know you received an email, and so I just wanted to request from the board, because we do have some time sensitive issues for a brief 8 a.m. Meeting on Thursday.
Yes.
And again, we only need 3 people and it's telephonic, so if we use this 8 a.m. For an agenda approval of some items that we have some.
I will be available. Alma will be available, and Mr. Beach.
Yeah, I'll be calling.
Are you?
Hi.
No, just 3.
Yeah, I appreciate that because I'm in class.
Yes.
Although I have attended every single one, but
No, we
love.
Yeah.
We appreciate the board.
Right.
We apologize for not
Yeah.
getting them on.
And let me tell you one thing, okay? Angie is mortified, okay? Because this is the first time since she's been in that position that this happens to her. Don't worry about it, Angie. We still love you. We're not going to get rid of you. We love you. We love you.
And like I said, we have a lot of things going on in it.
Yes, it
But,
does.
yeah,
It does.
Just have 8 a.m.
On Thursday at 8 a.m. Okay, yeah, we will call.
Yep. Thank you.
And what else? Let me see.
That's it.
That's it. And we are adjourned. The meeting is adjourned at 6:51. Thank you very much, everybody.